Hey everybody, Cindy here with Monarch Mom DIY. I am here today with 4 DIYs using Dollar Tree frames. I hope you enjoy these projects. They were really fun to make. For DIY number 1, I'm going to take 2 of these 8x10 photo frames, some of these decorative stones, a piece of the marble peel and stick wallpaper, and some tumbling tower blocks to create a really cool piece of decor for your home. Now, of course, you could change up the look of this depending on which peel and stick wallpaper you choose to use. So first of all, for one of my frames, I'm going to take most of it apart, take out all this filler stuff, and I'm going to, on top of the glass, once I get everything lined up, I am going to add here to the top of the glass a piece of this marble peel and stick wallpaper. Then flipping it over using the glass as a guide, I'm going to trim off the excess with my scissors here. Then we'll get everything stacked back up and we will return this back into the frame, getting it all clipped in on the back. Next, coming to our second of the 8x10 frames, we're going to remove all the backing and everything except for the glass. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get it ready to put some glue around, but for now we're just going to set that aside, and I'm going to build a frame to go around the inside between these two frames with some tumbling tower blocks. So you can see I am putting together 6 sets of 3 and 2 sets of 2, and I'm also going to make 8 pairs that I'm gluing together like a sandwich cookie, and we're just going to get all these glued. Now, it doesn't matter which color of blocks you use, at least not for my project. I'm going to end up painting them black to match the frames of my picture frames. Once that wood glue is dry, I am going to take my mini sander and just smooth everything out, getting any of that excess wood glue that may be seeped out from between the blocks. Next, I'm going to take my sticks of 3 and 2, and I'm going to glue them together to now make 2 sticks of 6 and 2 sticks of 5. And now coming back to the pairs of blocks, we're going to glue 2 pairs together to make 4 of these sets of 4. And these are going to be the legs of our decorative riser that we're making out of the frames. Once all our glue is dry and we've sanded our pieces, we're going to paint our sticks of 6 and our sticks of 5 and our 4 legs with Waverly chalk paint in the color black. Now taking our sticks of 6 and our sticks of 5, we are going to glue these to the frame of our bottom picture frame that has the marble wallpaper on it. You can see I'm doing the sticks of 6 on the 2 long sides and the sticks of 5 on the top and the bottom. Now you can also see that I did not paint the tops of these tumbling tower blocks with black, but I do come back and do that because you can see the brown through the top frame, so I did come back and paint those black. Once I have those glued on, I'm going to flip this frame over and I'm going to carefully remove the easel stand from the back. Then I'm going to take those 4 legs that we made and we're going to glue those into the corners of our frame. Just putting some hot glue in the corner there and then pressing down our tumbling tower block leg onto the frame in each of the 4 corners. Once those are all glued down, I'm going to flip this tray back over and we're going to use 2 bags of these stones from Dollar Tree. I did put them in a colander just to shake out any excess dust. I love the colors, so pretty. Gives a nice earthy theme to this tray, but you could really put whatever you'd like inside your riser tray. Coming to the top frame, you can keep the clips in if you want, but I didn't want to see them. So I'm going to take some needle nose pliers. I'm going to remove all of those clips. Then I'm going to take some hot glue around this inside of the frame, run a bead of hot glue between the glass and the frame to keep that glass held in place. And now you can see I painted the rest of those tumbling tower blocks black, and I'm going to run a bead of hot glue all the way around the top edge of the tumbling tower blocks and place the other frame on top. I love how this turned out, and I love how you could change this up with the color of your frames, the style of the wallpaper you choose, and what you choose to put inside your little window tray or riser. For DIY number 2, we're going to use 2 of these Coca-Cola framed signs, some rub-on transfers from Magnolia, and this glass candlestick. Possibly some of these wood stickers from Hobby Lobby. So technically this isn't a picture frame, but it's a framed picture. So I'm going to show you how you can take 2 of these signs. We're going to tape off the frame because I like that wood look. And we're going to paint over the Coca-Cola design with some white Waverly chalk paint. And I'm also going to give my glass candlestick a coat of that same white paint. So I am making a 2-sided decor. I wanted to use some of these gorgeous flower rub-on transfers from monarchmomdiy.com. These are from the Roses collection. I love this yellow and orange one. And then on the other sign, I'm going to use one of our sunflower rub-ons from the Sunflower and Gnomes sheet. So I'm kind of putting these 2 by 2. Here's also some rub-on transfers or sticker decals that you could use from Dollar Tree with this same project. just trimming this up a little bit. I'm going to cut it so that it fits. These rub-on transfers are so awesome to use. You peel off the backer, the white sticker part is sticky, and you're just going to lay it down and then use a burnishing tool to get it transferred from the cover sheet onto your surface. So here's our first sign. I decided I wanted to use this faith word sticker. I thought about painting it or coloring it black, but I decided I just wanted to leave it the unfinished wood color. So that side is finished. This sign, I'm going to use the sunflower over to one side. Same method, I'm going to press it down really well, then use the burnishing tool to completely transfer it from the plastic cover sheet to my sign. Cut off that little bit of excess that's at the bottom there. Now, here's some of the other wood sticker words from Hobby Lobby. I thought about doing love, joy, peace. You could use those. But in the end, I decided to use a mini stencil from Magnolia from my Monarch Mom DIY website as well. Pray, trust, wait. So I'm just going to stick this down after I smooth out my paint just a little bit more for my stencil. And we're going to stick down this stencil and use glittering copper chalk paste to transfer the words from the stencil to our sign. Once both signs are dry, I'm going to take hot glue and run a bead of it along the back side of one of the frames, and then we're going to stick these together back to back. Make sure you've got both the tops at the top. And so we're going to make kind of a chunky two-sided sign here, and then once those are in place and our candlestick is all dry as well, we are going to glue that with some E6000 and some hot glue combination. We're going to put this double-sided sign onto the candlestick stand. And here is finished frame DIY number 2. I hope you guys like this. Of course, you can change up this idea for whatever stickers, rub-ons, words that you want to match your decor, even using different colors. For frame DIY number 3, I am going to be using 4 of these basic 4x6 frames and 2 of these wood squares from Crafter Square at Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove everything from these frames. Yes, even the glass, the little clips. We're just going to use the white. These are plastic frames. Now, when you're going to make a lantern, it's important to use frames that have straight edges, so like square edges. You can see that these are square. Some of them are more rounded. Those are going to be harder to use for this project. Next, I'm just going to sand and slightly smooth out these 2 wood squares. These are going to end up being the bottom of our lantern and the top of our lantern. And we're going to give each of these squares a complete coat of Waverly chalk paint in the color white on the top, the bottom, and all of the side edges. We're also going to paint this little knob with white chalk paint as well. This is going to be the little knob on the top of our lantern. Now I could have left my frames white, but I decided I wanted a little bit more color, so I spray painted these with moss green Rust-Oleum satin paint. And now I am going to glue them into a square using a combination of E6000 and hot glue. I'm going to do two pieces, and then glue them together. I'm also going to, this is the bottom now of my lantern. I am gluing one of the white wood squares onto the bottom by running that bead of hot glue between the wood and the frames. Here we're attaching the little knob to the other white square to be the top of our lantern. And that's all it is. You can lift off the lid, put whatever you'd like in your lantern. If you want to keep the glass in your lantern, you can do that as well by using the method we used in DIY number 1, running a bead of hot glue between the glass and the frame to keep the glass inside. For DIY number 4, I'm going to recreate something I did a couple of weeks ago in my peel and stick wallpaper video because I found another one of these gorgeous flower canvases. We're going to use this 12 by 12 square picture frame. We're going to take everything out and then I'm going to spray paint my frame with gold. Next, taking this peel and stick wallpaper, I am cutting a 12-inch piece that we're going to attach to the top of the glass, just like we did in the 2-frame riser that we made in DIY number 1. So we're going to peel off the backing, get it lined up. You can see there's a little bit of edge of glass on the left and the right, but we're going to end up covering that up with some of the little strips that we're going to be cutting off as we trim this. So peel the backing off and then slowly press it down to get out any air bubbles. We're just doing this right on top of the glass for the frame. Now taking that extra strip that I trimmed off, I'm going to cut it and then line it up on one side, covering up the rest of the glass. We'll trim off the excess again and put the rest on the other side where there's a little bit of glass showing. So because the wallpaper is a little narrower than the actual frame, you can cut and paste it like this, putting the pieces together, and you're not even going to notice when you have your finished project. Once that's all done, we'll return the glass and the backing to our frame, put those clips down, and our frame is all painted gold, which is so pretty. The last thing we're going to do is remove the sawtooth hanger from this square canvas. I did one in a previous video. Like I said, the flower was more pink with gold. This one is just as beautiful. I'm just getting it measured to where it's going to be centered in the frame, put little pencil marks, and then we're going to run a bead of hot glue around the back of this canvas and attach it to the center of our wallpaper with this gold frame. And I think these are so, so beautiful. I love how high-end this looks with just 3 products from Dollar Tree. I hope you guys love it as well. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Please let me know in the comments which of these projects was your favorite, and let me know, have you been inspired to craft with Dollar Tree frames? We'll see you real soon. Take care.